Over the last 12 months, I've driven 58.6 million visitors from Google. You would look at my traffic stats, you look at this graph, and you're like, wow, Neil, you must be doing really well at SEO and you know what you're doing. But you know what? That's not really the case. Hey everyone, I'm Neil Patel, and today I'm going to break down my biggest SEO mistake. Before we get started, make sure you subscribe to this channel, or if you're on YouTube, click the alert notification. As you can see here, 58.6 million visitors from SEO. That's a lot of traffic to not have to pay for. And if I scroll down and I look at the traffic stats, coming from terms like Ubersuggest, which is fine, my name, Ubersuggest, affiliate marketing, my name, variations, Ubersuggest. But then when you start getting down, you start seeing terms like, how to make money from the internet. That's in Portuguese. How to get followers from Instagram, more Instagram keywords, and then free Instagram followers. This is just Ubersuggest in Japanese. Instagram, marketing digital is digital marketing in Brazil. But if I just keep going further down the list, you'll start seeing a lot of keywords that aren't really relevant to my business, like how to increase Instagram followers. Because my business, which I'll show you here, is an ad agency, NP Digital. And we don't really help people with their Instagram followers. What we really help them with is things like SEO and pay-per-click. And we won a lot of awards. Like here's the best B2B pay-per-click award, or here's one for the best B2B SEO campaign and best SEO campaign. We do both B2B and B2C. Here's one for corporate responsibility, and the list keeps going on and on. But in essence, we're a digital marketing firm. Sure, we'll do social media ads and SEO, but we're not here to just boost your Instagram followers. We're here to drive traffic, and more importantly, the traffic needs to generate you a ROI. In other words, you need to be generating more money than what you're spending. If you spend $1, ideally you need to be making $2 or $3 or $4, right? And a lot of the keywords and what I was optimizing for, as you can see here, was just pure volume. And I was getting a lot of traffic. But as you can see now, my traffic's starting to drop. Why? Because my team, at my ad agency, we track leads, and I can't show you our leads in Salesforce because we track it all due to people's personal information like their records or the company URLs. There's nothing really too sensitive or really any sensitive at all, but we don't want to, I don't want to share people's URLs and emails without their permission. Just would feel a little sleazy and unethical with that one, so I don't want to do that. But when we were tracking our sales through Salesforce of what's driving clients for NP Digital, and typically people would click on Let's Talk and submit a form or contact. So we have two options to become a lead. And what we found is most of these keywords drove little to no leads. Now, if you go to neilpatel.com, I get my traffic typically from blogging, right? You can see here on the blog. And if you look at my content, I'm going after keywords that are very specific. Customer reviews in video ads. So if I type in customer reviews video ads, the search volume isn't high. If you look here, 0 monthly searches, right? People aren't really searching for a lot of these keywords. But you know what? We found that people who are interested in putting customer reviews in video ads or images, and they're trying to figure this out, are interested in conversion rate optimization, which is one of the services we offer. Again, not a lot of people look for it, but it's a good revenue channel for us. How to use YouTube ads to grow your business. So another one is YouTube ads. And people who are looking for YouTube ads are people who are willing to spend money. Only has 20,000 monthly searches in the United States. Not a ton compared to some of the other keywords like Instagram followers. I'll actually show you here by typing in Instagram followers. And keywords like Instagram followers will get way more searches, but they're not the right type of audience. So the content that we're producing on our blog is much more niche. How to create a free Google website for a business. This for us, this post is to target local businesses because our SMB division helps localize businesses. How to create unique gift guides for e-commerce content. Again, very specific because we have a lot of e-commerce customers. Roughly 28 or 29% of our customers are e-commerces, somewhere in that range. So my content is very specific around what's going to get me customers. And even though being an SEO at first, I'm like, I want to get millions of visitors. The more traffic, the better. I quickly learned, technically not quickly, I learned over time, sadly, and it took a long time to really learn. And I spent so many years building up my traffic. And it wasn't until I got the traffic and we really started optimizing for what's not just generating a lead for our ad agency, right? This would be a lead of someone clicking let's talk or contact filling out. But we started optimizing for which leads are actually closing into customers and where they first find us. And you don't end up knowing a lot of this until you get a lot of that traffic, because you can have assumptions, but you don't really know until you start getting the traffic. But you have assumptions, and I would always tell my team, optimize for traffic, brand awareness. But you know what? A lot of my competitors, I prospect. Yes, you may have heard of them. You may have not. They do probably 500 to 700 million a year. They don't even get 1/10 of the traffic to their website. If I go into Ubersuggest right now, app.neilpatel.com, and I type in iProspect into here. Let's load up their site. Make sure I spell it right. All right. So if I load up iProspect into Ubersuggest, and again, it's just another ad agency website. Yeah. There you go. Traffic overview. If you look here, it's just an ad agency. They're a competitor of mine. And when I look at this, monthly traffic estimated. Now let me go back to traffic overview. Sorry about that. iProspect.com. They're getting roughly 17,000 visitors a month. And if you want to do apples to apples, let's go neilpatel.com. Let's look what I got in the last 30-ish days. 5.8, right? So it's like, cool. I don't make 500 or 700 million a year. I wish I did. And look, 17,000 visitors, 5 million. Which would you take? I'd rather take 17,000 and generate all that revenue. Look, the big lesson from this is don't optimize for traffic, optimize for revenue. If your keywords aren't generating you revenue, move on to new keywords. And when you're doing keyword research, don't make the mistake I did. Don't just optimize for quote unquote traffic. What I want you to do is type in keywords, like I'm typing in digital marketing here. Look for ideally good volume, because the more volume, of course, the better. But you want relevant volume that can convert into a customer. So when you look at it, even if the keyword has high volume, you'd be like, all right, do I offer digital marketing services? Yes, we do. So, okay. So then that traffic is relevant. Is the CPC, cost per click, what people would pay for ads, high? $18 a click is high. That means the keyword can actually probably drive revenue. On the flip side, this keyword got 60,000 searches. If I type in Instagram followers, this keyword here, 60,000 searches, similar, but only $1.98 cost per click. What does that tell you? Yes, you can get tons of traffic for this, but people probably aren't going to convert as high. If someone's willing to pay $18 for an ad click versus $1.98 or $2, that's roughly 9 times difference, right? 18 versus $2, that's 9x difference. That means that this keyword probably won't drive as many customers. So don't optimize just for traffic. Optimize for traffic from the right audience. And before you go after keywords, do your keyword research. Type them into Ubersuggest, figure out which keywords have high volume and traffic. Volume technically and traffic, same thing, but also high CPC. And of course, it's related to your business. Like I type in digital marketing agency has a $24 cost per click, less volume, but people are willing to pay more. I'm a digital marketing agency. Someone could type in digital marketing, look for a degree or a certification. And I don't offer certifications. You know, technically you can get a job through my ad agency, but we're really more so an agency that's looking for customers. So you want to look for high CPCs, and the more related, the better, even if less volume. So even though this one gets, let's say, 3x less search volume, right? It's roughly 20,000. This one's 60. But this is digital marketing agency, which is what I am. So it's better for me to go after a keyword that is what I am, because the CPC is higher, right? Instead of $18 is $24, and it's more related to my business, which means I'm going to generate more customers from it. So don't just optimize for quote unquote keywords and traffic, optimize for relevancy. And if you do that, you're going to do better. And if you need help with this, check out my ad agency, NP Digital. Or if you just have questions, leave a comment below. I'm here to help for free, of course. And if you enjoy the video, like it, share it. But in essence, that's my biggest SEO mistake and lesson that I ended up learning. Don't make it. It was a silly one. I wish I didn't optimize for brand awareness. And I knew a lot of those keywords wouldn't convert, but I'm like, oh yeah, I want the brand awareness. But there's a lot of competitors like iProspect. Another one that's massive is Performix. Let's see, performix.com. I believe that's their URL. Performix.com. And if you look at Performix, another ad agency, and these guys are massive. I think they have 3,000 employees. I don't know the revenue, but they don't have that many keywords or traffic, 3,700 visitors. And most people haven't heard of them. But look, they got 3,000 plus employees. I don't have 3,000 employees. If they have 3,000 employees, you know they're making way more money than me. I'm probably somewhere between 400 and 500 employees. And that just shows you 5 million visitors or 3,000. I'd rather have more qualified traffic and more revenue. So yes, brand awareness and traffic's good as long as it brings in revenue in the long run. That's very, very important. And I hope that helps you out. Best of luck with your strategies. And again, if you need help with your marketing, check out my ad agency, NP Digital. If you enjoy the video, like it, share it, tell other people about it. Thank you for your time.